4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
There's a threat in the world today. A threat to our way of living, a threat to our society, and maybe even a threat to our very existence. And what is this threat?
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
He is the one.
I am.
I am the ass.
He is.
And we are Black and White Sports.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
How am I not found the best fighter in the world? You tell me. Because you're retired?
I mean, I want to see your face when you're asking this question and the way you're going to ask it. Look a man in the eye before you try to kill him or make up something.
He went through my soul.
And I'm not surprised.
What is going on, BW Sports One world? That guy right there is the one. This guy right here is the ass. Together, we are Black and White Sports, powered by First Financial Bank. If you have any needs and necessities for banking, whether it be savings account, checking account, small business loans, check John.buzzard out. First Financial Bank, 317-417-8582. And our Rockstar Realtor himself, Mr. Shawn Nugent. If you want to buy a home, sell a home, talk to Shawn at Talk to Tucker today. 317-503-8322. Damon, I said it right. What is going on?
I have quarantined myself in my bubble basketball headquarters.
All right, then.
Even though that is not what we're talking about today, but you asked what's going on. I've been watching bubble playoff basketball since 1:30 tip-off yesterday, and so currently now, and I'm waiting for the late show later this evening.
So I got to ask a dumb question because I've been so busy today. I was listening to the game on the way home.
Yes, the Pacers lost.
Okay. They were doing all right in the first quarter. Yeah. How bad did it end up?
I think we had to flip to America Says in the last 45 seconds because we were so irritated.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good.
So you know what? America Says that's terrible fourth quarter basketball.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
I am taking a break from basketball, or at least putting it on mute. So
it's on mute in the background at the studio.
Right. I'll put it on mute. That way we can talk NFL football, which is probably going to start a string of weeks for us talking about NFL football, since it appears that they're going to play.
Hopefully.
You know what I mean? I'm a little more, my percentages on playing are a little higher now than they were, I say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I think we probably should start to talk some NFL football.
All right. Well,
what say you?
I do want to say real quick. I seen Brandon Ferris is watching. Thank you for watching. Wow. I'm not going to do it to you, but I seen what happened today. I'm glad you're okay. Dude,
75 is a large number.
Man. Glad you're okay. I'm glad we were able to have the conversations that we did today, because it could have been way worse. Brandon, we're pulling for you over here at BW Sports One. You're good. I mean, we're not pulling for you because we know you're going to make it out. You're at home. You're in pain, but you're alive and well and able to laugh with us. So right on.
Hey, just think of the gnarly stories you can tell now.
Man, my wife took a hell of a machete to my face.
Hey, bro, you can say you was in 4 wars.
Man.
It's like I was part of special forces to your grandkids. They'll love it.
Yeah. I would say you're in 3 because you got 25 stitches for each war.
Mathematics, children, mathematics.
Exactly.
All right, so
no, I put myself on mute to tell the dogs to be quiet because they were looking at the bunny outside again. Timing thing.
Yes. So Taco Tuesday. Yes. Well, Taco, he's obviously social medializing.
Yes,
so yes, another word. Taco Tuesday. We're getting started on some football talk. So since none of us really were prepared to talk a whole lot of football, I threw a little curveball at my homie over there. So I guarantee you next week we will be ready to discuss some just ridiculousness things about football and the NFL. So here's the twist that I gave you. Well, you obviously know that I am a Steelers fan and he is a Eagles fan, and neither one of us are from the state of Pennsylvania whatsoever. And even though
we each have a backstory of why we are these fans.
But these teams might be in the same state, but they're really not all that kind of big rivals. One, they're both in 2 different conferences, being AFC, being NFC. So we both particularly have our own, so to say, rivals that we deal with in our own divisions. But it is some bragging rights from now time to time again. What is it? Every 4 years when the 2 teams get together and they have the Keystone Battle.
This year?
Well.
In Pittsburgh?
So, yes.
Even closer than Philly is. Just saying. It
is. And, yeah, we are not that good. We're not that good on the internet yet that we're getting into that game.
I could try.
So here's the twist what we're going to do today. We're not going to sit here and boast about our own teams and their positiveness and all that good stuff.
Their what?
What we're going to do, their positives and all that good stuff.
I ain't even going to ask you to say that 3 times fast. Nope.
No, it's having trouble with the one.
No shit.
And this is all water, buddy.
Uh-huh.
So
for some reason, I don't believe that.
It is. I promise you. I have had no alleviating liquids today.
Yet.
The Laker game hasn't come on yet, so I'm good for now. So here's the twist. We're not going to sit here and check off our own teams. What we're going to do, we're going to give the positives. What's going to happen is Dan is going to have to give me his reasons why he thinks Pittsburgh can be a winner this year. And then he's going to have to give me why he thinks the Eagles will not be a winner. So he has to talk negative about his team and positive about mine. And I have to do the exact same. Negative about the Steelers, positive about the Eagles. So that is the topic of what are we talking about today on Taco Tuesday.
All right. So now you got the topic out of the way. Damon, I want you to start this off. You started off by telling me why the Pittsburgh Steelers are not going to win the division.
Damn, you just got me going right into it, huh?
I mean, you're going to throw this shit at me? You're going to throw this at me? I'm going to let you roll first.
All right, so let's look at this objectively. Okay, well, I was supposed to. So first off,
it's
we're going to make it. I mean, this is no, it's not hard.
It's not.
This is really easy. This is real easy because I have more negatives than I do positives on this particular situation.
That's not good.
Because, well, first off, we'll start right off at the very top. You have the Baltimore Ravens in our division. So right there gives you one clear factor of why the Pittsburgh Steelers will not win the division. Second is there are a lot of offensive issues, even with the return of Ben Roethlisberger. You know, a lot of fans that I see on a lot of the chats and the group things that I follow, you know, they think that Ben's coming back and our offense is just going to, you know, roll. But here's the thing. Ben hadn't really been lighting it up lately. You know, I mean, yeah, he was hurt last year, but it wasn't looking good. The 2 games that he played before he got hurt, and it wasn't really looking good without Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell. So the running game has been, you know, really, really hurting. Who's going to pick up that slack? Well, you thought James Conner can't stay healthy. You got the same thing with you got the same thing with Jalen Samuels, can't stay healthy. Then you got a guy who doesn't really get on the field because he can't block, who I think will be a quality back, will be Benny Snell Jr. So there goes your issues with your running game. Pittsburgh's offense is predicated off the run, which allows Ben to play action, which allows him to get those outside receivers. So running game is hurting, so you can't get to play action. Then you got to look at the wide receivers. Juju Smith-Schuster, are you a number one? You're supposed to be a number one, but did we see number one football when AB went out? Granted, you got hurt too, but there's no more excuses. Are you a number one or are you not? You're trying to downplay it by not speaking about your contract year, but you're obviously worried about your contract year. So there you have it with that, with the receivers. A couple guys behind him, Kane, Abrams. Are you guys going to step up? We don't know. So you got so many weapons, positions of weaponry that you don't know about with an aging quarterback who really can't move. Not like he moved well anyway, but he's not going to be able to do all the things that he used to. And is his arm going to be accurate and precise and down the field as he's used to? Who's going to be that guy? Is it going to be James Washington at the other end? Don't know. Then you flip over on the defensive side. Not going to really argue with the front four. They're kind of solid. You're not going to argue with Watt. You're not going to argue with Devin Bush. You're not going to argue with Mika Fitzpatrick. Everybody else, where you was hurting at last year was over the middle. Guys not being able to drop into coverage. Guys not being able to pick up those slant routes that New England likes to hit you with. And that Baker Mayfield is going to hit you with. So there are things that Pittsburgh needs to work on if they have any chance of trying to win the division. Right now, I think is a fight for second.
Man, hold on here. Folks, I just found a marketing thing. If you want me to drink your water and be on the show, let me know. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So that's my take on the Steelers.
All right. You want me to stay with the Steelers?
It might as well, because it make me feel good, because I don't think you have as much as I had.
Well, I'm supposed to go positive, right? So, well, back to you. No.
We're going back to you, Dan.
All right, so let's talk about the return of Big Ben. You know, at first I was a little skittish on how I think he's really going to come out. You know, he's went damn near a full year, over a year of playing competitive football, not in a game. He might be a little rusty. However, 38 years old is heading in the old direction of being a quarterback in the NFL, but he's still got plenty of years left as long as he can stay healthy. Now, what I will say on that part is his blind side should be taken care of. I can't remember the cat's name that you guys got on the left side of the tackle, I think. But it probably did help your offensive line. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. and you add him to Villanueva. So, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
Okay, so your blind side is going to be a little bit more protected. He may not take as many shots as he has in the past couple years. He is an old quarterback in a young division. However, that right there could kind of be a positive in a way. You got to look back to last year. This team had nobody playing for him. I mean, Big Ben's out. Connor gets hurt. AB's not there. Juju's about the only thing that they have on offense to do anything with. What was Connor's backup's name that came in?
Jalen Samuels.
Was it Samuel? Okay, Samuels isn't bad. I'm not saying that.
Hey, hold on one second. Hey, if you guys are watching one of the watch parties, why don't you go ahead and jump over to the main page? That way we can see your comments here on the screen, and then we can go from there.
Yes.
Go ahead, D. Sorry.
You good? Shit. No, I'm just joking. I'm killing time right now trying to remember. No, I'm just joking. I got you. I'm back.
Here's the help. This is what you were talking about.
I know. That's what I looked at. Old quarterback, young division, however that could help. But then you got to look back. Like, this is where I was. Then you got to look back to last year. This team had nobody out there playing. Okay, and they went 8-8 and had a legitimate shot of making the playoffs at 8-8. Now all they had to do is win one more game, and I believe that they would have been in the wild card game. Okay, so that could have changed a lot of things if that would have happened in the playoffs last year. Who knows what would have happened? You do have some young talent. Let's go to the offense. Let's step away from the offense for a second. Let's go to the defense. You got Watt. You have, my opinion, you have the better of the Watts. You have the better of the Watts that are widely known, I should say. Let me say that. You have one of the best D-lines in the league. You have helped your middle of the field play. Your defense isn't bad. It's where your offense was. It's where your offense was last year. They couldn't get it done. Now, like I said, Big Ben's coming back. Could he be rusty? Yes, but I think that the extra time off has done him well. You haven't heard any of him talking about retiring and this, that, and the other like you have the past few years during the offseason. So I think it's go time for Pittsburgh, and I really do think that they could really win this division.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm not lying.
Yeah. I mean, the opportunity is there.
Rivalries are going to happen. Those games against Baltimore, man, those are going to be crucial. Both of them are going to be crucial. The wins that they need to get against Cincinnati this year are crucial. At least one win they got to get against Cleveland.
The issue is going to be Cleveland. That's going to be the issue because Cleveland has made steps.
Yes, they have.
So,
finally.
But Cleveland
finally.
But it's one to see if these steps are stepped up. So yeah, there we have it. My negative, my cons, his pros, my Steelers. There you go. If you disagree, agree, check like, check dislike, check all the likes, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff.
Check like, check right. Hey, before we get to the Philadelphia Eagles, let's pause for the cause.
Who was desperate enough to get some wagers in on the Marbula 1 marble races? We've been with sports for so long, I know I was. But this week, we're in for a treat with 3 of the 4 major sports back in action. MLB, NBA, and NHL all have resumed play. And with no fans in the stands, we're taking advantage of some of these early game lines with MyBookie. Plus, MyBookie just brought back the deposit match bonus, so you can grab yourself some extra cash to build up that bankroll. And the best part is, when you roll with MyBookie, it's simple. You bet, you win, they pay. There's a reason I tell people to visit MyBookie, and that's because it's the only online sportsbook that asks the questions you and your friends actually want to put money on. Are Giannis Antetokounmpo's Bucks a lock to represent the East in the finals? Who's going to average more points, LeBron or Kawhi? Debating your buds is cool and all, but I'd much rather throw down some cash to see who's right. But truth be told, I'll bet on anything. That's why I'm pumped the MLB and NHL are back in action too. Lines, prop bets, futures, MyBookie's got them all. Trust me, this is the only place you want to be putting money down this season. Join today and MyBookie will match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $1,000. Just enter promo code BWSports1 when signing up. Remember, at MyBookie, the terms are simple. You bet, you win, they pay.
That's right. You bet, you win, they pay at mybookie.com. Use that promo code BWSports1 for a 100% deposit match and a free future bet. Yes, sir. What's that?
I want to interrupt. Why does that man keep mispronouncing that man's name? His name is not Kawhi.
I heard it.
As like we purposely not saying Victor Oladipo's name correctly.
Victor Oladipo.
It's not Oladipo, but I refuse to say Oladipo.
Well, you just said it twice. It's like Beatles.
Oh.
Just say it one more time, you'll be all right.
All right, so you're up on the negatives of the cons of the Eagles not winning their division.
So this was, and this is, it's not being biased, okay? This was harder than giving you and your team pros. Because of the steps made since the last season that we've done. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to be biased on this. My problem, my cons for the Philadelphia Eagles this year are going to be two things. One, the receiving core, and two, on the opposite side of the ball, the cornerbacks and the safeties. Granted, we've made definite strides to change and make our team better. However, I am very skeptical on what's going to happen with our defensive backs. That's what's really scaring me, because we let a lot of long plays go last season. We've changed people up, but we let a lot of plays go. Jim Schwartz is decent. I mean, he's a damn good defensive coach, but in my opinion, he's no Jim Johnson. I don't think anybody's ever going to be a Jim Johnson. However, Schwartz has got to manipulate his audibles better. I mean, I see a lot of changing out there, but everybody starts to know a scheme. I think he needs to, maybe he did over the offseason. He needs to reevaluate some of the certain aspects of his coaching. I'm glad to see him still there, but I definitely want him to fix some stuff. Now, the biggest Achilles heel of the Philadelphia Eagles team since they won the Super Bowl in the 2017 season is the question is, Carson Wentz going to stay healthy? I don't know. My concern is, I mean, we still got Jason Peters. He's one of the best tackles ever, offensive tackles ever. But he's older. A 38-year-old quarterback can do a lot more than a 38-year-old offensive tackle. And I think he's right around my age. And that is a lot of weight. That's a lot of body. That's a lot of guy to be taken. I mean, every year he's sustaining some type of injury to his knee, to his ankle, to his foot, something. And that's scary. Now, on the defensive side, again, our front line, like you said, with Pittsburgh's front line, we're set. The middle of the field, I think it's pretty good. It's the defensive backfield that scares me. All in all, I mean, you still got – there's only 2 teams in the division going to be worth anything this year. It's not going to be the Redskins. It's not going to be the Giants. Yes, I said Redskins. It's not going to be either them or the Giants. It's going to be Philly and Dallas. And Dallas has a damn good team. Do you know how hard it is for me to say something like that?
Yes, I do.
So please, help me bring my self-esteem back up and tell me why Philadelphia will win the NFC East.
Well, first off, I'm going to come at you like this, my brother. I feel that you kind of blew smoke up our ass and really didn't do anything because you kind of like highlighted all the improvements of these discrepancies or issues that could prevent them from being a division winner or a Super Bowl contender. So one, I'm going to call shenanigans on that part, and I'm just going to let it roll.
Thank you.
Because that was, like when you were watching.
That was unbiased opinion.
Yeah, that was so terrible. Unlike how I gave you all the negatives. But listen, that was so bad. It was like it reminded me in the Billy Madison movie when they were in the competition in the gym, and he went on about this story. And at the end, the guy said, I don't know what you said. We're dumber for having to hear it. So that's what I meant.
Thank you, Courtney. Thank you. Damn it, y'all. He tried. I tried. Like I said to start, this was a lot harder than giving his team a positive shot.
That was the whole reason why I had you go for the negatives.
I really believe Pittsburgh can do it.
Yeah. All right. So
enlighten me.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to give you, I'm going to compound on the reasons they did give you why the Eagles are going to be a contender and division winner this year. First, I'm going to come right at the line in the room. It all falls down, just all the steps fall from this point here. And it all goes with Carson Wentz. The health of Carson Wentz, but more so the health of Carson Wentz than the respect of Carson Wentz that is not being given to a guy who does not have any negative numbers in receptions, interceptions, completions, what other yards, whatever else things that you can do, he doesn't fail. I mean, he's not at the lower part of the scale on those things. And the biggest thing that I talk about respect with Carson Wentz is I don't think you can tell me that there are, 32 teams in the NFL? I don't think you can come there and tell me that there are 25 quarterbacks better than Carson Wentz. And you're not going to tell me that there are 100 players better than Carson Wentz in the NFL for that man not to be on the top 100 after being in the top 5. After being in the top 10 the previous year. So please explain to me how that works out. So on that factor, there's a lot to prove from his standpoint. And Philly has given this man weapons that he did not have last year, especially on the outside. So I'm extremely excited to see what he is going to be able to do with a very improved offensive line and the fact that you have weapons to throw to with this this fabulous receiving core that you got, all young guys. So it should be pretty good. And if you're worried about his injury proneness, the draft picks you made from the quarterback at the University of Oklahoma via University of Alabama with a national championship in Jalen Hurts, you got a guy who can fit right into an offense that you really are not going to need to adjust much from him. He is a part of that new prototype quarterback that is easily to scheme around for offense for a shortened time period where defense don't have time to adjust. That really don't have a quarterback of his stature and his style in that division that they really have to deal with. Dak Prescott is a mobile quarterback, but he is still a pocket passer. You have over in Washington, we'll talk about a little more once we get into our NFC talk. You get ready to, and we'll talk about it tomorrow too on Wednesday Night Live. You get ready to have a quarterback issue with Alex Smith. I'm just saying, we're going to talk about it tomorrow. I know there's an injury coming in, but please believe it because they've already been talking about it already. Since you know what I'm saying, Dan? So you could have an issue there, but you do have a Haskins that is supposed to be the guy, but he's green, very green. So I'm not really going on what's going on with the football team in Washington. The Giants.
Who's that? The Redskins?
Yeah, the football team. Yeah. And the Giants, without Saquon Barkley, I don't know if there's nothing really you really can talk about. So
you mean Daniel Jones is in the threat?
Okay. Who's he going to throw it to? Himself, Saquon? He can't run it, catch it, and throw it. You know what I mean? And
that's
you can't stop.
That's why I said there's only two teams in the division that are really going to do anything.
And, on the defensive side of the ball, you guys are really good. You know what I mean? You got two of the best, front four guys, Fletcher Cox and Malik Jackson, really good. What helps out on your edges and your back end was the pickup of Darius Slay. That was a really good move. So I like the Eagles defense because you really only have to prepare for one team, and that's the Cowboys. And what's going to happen is y'all going to get an extra bit of help from the Cowboys themselves to help y'all win division exactly how y'all did it last year. All this infighting is going to come up. You got a quarterback who is wanting more money and wanting years, and you got an organization that doesn't want to give him money. So a point that's going to cause a rift. You got a brand new coach, and you have all this time to really develop. So all
the brand new coach
egos,
may actually be a benefit to them, though.
Well, maybe not. But you haven't got time to implement your system. You still got Jason Garrett, Jerry Jones mind people in that room. You know what I mean? And you got your key people are worried about monies right now. I don't care what you say. People always talk about I'm not worried about my monies, but you are worried about your monies.
Until it's time to sign the contract. Right. Until it's time to sign that contract, then they want to talk about it.
And I really truly believe that Jerry Jones's unwillingness to accept social justice change and allow his players to be themselves is really going to cause a problem because one of those players is going to kneel. One of those players is going to do something.
And what are you going to do? And what's he going to do if it's Dak or Zeke or somebody that's really supposed to be a leader on the team? What are you really going to do? You're going to throw your quote unquote. You're going to throw your season away because of your stubbornness to change.
So that's how I feel. And the way the city of Philadelphia is, the way that team is, you don't have those type of infighting issues. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to play a part, and it's going to
fight with Santa Claus before we fight in house.
Yeah. So I think it's going to bring issues. I think it's going to cause a game or two at some point in time down the road, and it's going to keep you guys in the first spot. I mean, I really like the Eagles to be truthfully and honest. I like the Eagles to be second or third in the NFC.
Well, we're not going to go for who you got above them yet. That'll be coming up over the next couple weeks on Wednesday Night Live, baby. What are you looking at? What are you doing?
I'm reading the comment.
You're scaring me. What? Okay. I don't know that. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, I'm unaware.
I'll definitely look it up right after we're done here.
Yeah, so that's what I got for that. You know, I like the Eagles to do pretty well. Yeah, but it all falls on Carson. It all falls on Carson.
I think he's up for the challenge. I know I was supposed to be on cons. It was hard as hell for me this year. Now, last year, if you would have done this to me last year, I could have give you a lot better opinion on why.
That's what makes it difficult. That was the challenge, bro. I could have gave you Dallas. I could have said, "Hey, I need you to pick apart Dallas."
Oh man, I didn't even have to do anything with that one.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Said Jerry Jones, mic drop.
Right. So, but yeah, there we got it. You know, just a quick heads up. I know we got football talk coming up, so I'm pretty sure that the next couple weeks, especially the next 2 weeks, are going to be about football. So go ahead and pin your pins in for your watch parties and all that stuff. Next week is going to be the NFC. The week after is going to be the AFC, and that's going to take us right into the start of the season.
Boom. And hold on here. I'm going in order, Damon. Let's talk about the shows that we have each week. Tuesday nights is obviously Taco Tuesday right here.
It wasn't an order because I forgot to write it down. And if I did mention it right when I thought about it, I was going to forget.
Yeah, all right. Wednesdays is Wednesday Night Live, the flagship show of the week. Thursday will be Couch Talk, and we got a special this week. It's the Indianapolis 500 special with a couple of guests that you might know from another show. What do you know? Do we go? I don't know.
Yeah, it should be fun. You know, I mean, it sucks. You know, as we normally have our 500 special where we'll go out somewhere and invite 1,000 people, and then we'll have glorious times drinking beer and romancing. But
days it will be back.
The COVID has castrated our carb day activities.
Yes.
You like that? I
do. So before we get to the actual 500 this Sunday, Saturday, we got a big premiere coming up. Super Kicking It with Steven, folks. That's right. If you're into wrestling, you better check out Super Kicking with Steven live. I think we changed the show, the premiere time this week to 12:30, I believe. Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay. 12:30. Sorry. I got dog hair or something on my lip. Super Kicking It with Steven, new show premiere this Saturday, August 22nd at 12:30. And the reason that we moved the start time up from 7:30 to 12:30 is because they do have an NXT show Saturday night leading into the SummerSlam show Sunday. And as always, whoa. Were you saying something?
I actually looked up that little thing. I don't know what the hell that is. It looked like some anime.
What?
The comment from Joe.
Okay.
It looks like some type of anime. I don't know. I don't watch anime. I'm 45.
Oh yeah, I'll have to watch it after this. 11 o'clock on Sunday mornings is our good brothers over at Checkers and Wreckers doing the racing things. They're obviously going to be talking racing Sunday morning leading up to the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indianapolis 500, folks. That's right. And I'm sorry, Tuesdays, before we go on and Taco Tuesdays, God, how did I forget? You know why I forgot? Because we were busy doing something at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, our brothers over at Dynasty Bros FF, which is Fantasy Football Podcast, are doing an exclusive 2020 redraft every week, every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock live at Dynasty Bros FF page. And then you can check everything out on the website, pwsports1.com. I did make the connection, by the way. We made the announcement last week, but I made the connection with my betting partner. So you bet your ass we're dropping it August 31st at 7:30 live. It's You Bet Your Ass with Rafael Esparza. That's right, folks. We're going to be talking about betting, gambling, a little bit of everything in between when it comes to odds. I can't wait.
Should be fun. I will make sure that I tune in.
Yeah. Well,
hey, by the way, just a quick update because I got a Post-it note here on a screen. I do. I have a Post-it note. Podcast. You know how you can normally find us on all of your social media podcast outlets. Well, there has been a change in the platforming of social podcasting through the Google. Google Play Music, where you can find us as well, is being, terminated between October and the end of the year. And they're all converting all of those Google Music subscribers and all those account holders to YouTube Music, since YouTube is now owned by Google. So all of that stuff will be over on YouTube Music. Damn. So that's where you'll find us if you were searching through the Google. And also, Google has created a Google Podcast app, and we are on that podcast. I did check it out today when I transferred the app over.
Bam!
So just to give you a little bit of that, that's why we have Post-it notes.
Love Post-it notes. That guy right there is the one. This guy right here is the ass. Together, we are Black and White Sports, powered by First Financial Bank. Mr. John.buzzard. If you need anything to do with banking, whether it be a small business loan, mortgage loan, checking or savings account, check him out at First Financial Bank. 317-417-8582. And our Rockstar Realtor, Mr. Shawn Nugent. That's right, buying or selling your home. You need to talk to Shawn. Talk to Tucker today. 317-503-8322. Damon, it has been fun as always, my brother. And what do we do? The Pew Pew Girl is not here. The Pew Pew Girl is on the way home. So there will be no Pew Pew Girl for the end of the show. But
no Pew Pew.
I got to leave it for her. As always, Damon, tell them what do we do?
We keep the Post-its in Indy sporty.
Pew pew.
Now we're going to play catch before it gets dark and the Laker game come on.
There you go. Peace.